So he became a warrior, a very vicious warrior, and he was conquering and killing people. And he sort of went to the dark side of things by actually using it for evil purposes. And and this woman saw what her son was doing, the sort of evil that the son was bringing or inflicting upon others. And it came to a point that she could no longer take it because of the bloodshed that her son was, the amount of blood that her son was shedding of other humans. And eventually, she took that piece of wood out and put it back in the fire and allowed it to burn out. And then the child died. So, what was I saying before I started saying this? What led to this story?
It was about knowing how you're gonna die and stuff like
Right,
that.
yeah. So it was about knowing how you're going to die. So, um, would I want to know how I'm going to die? Um, I don't think so, because then you'd live in fear, wouldn't you, Trevor?
Yeah, exactly. You live
You
in
would
fear.
live in fear. You would be you would be apprehensive most of the time, knowing that you're going to die, especially especially if you're going to die in your sleep.
No, to me, if I was gonna die in my sleep, I
Yeah,
would be all right with that. I'll be honest.
yeah,
I would
but
be all right with it.
what if you had a pregnant wife, right? And she was gonna give birth any moment, right? Would you like to go to sleep knowing that, that you could, you know what I mean?
You got a devious mind.
Yeah,
Or you,
exactly.
or you just, you had a winning lottery ticket, right? And what you're gonna do? Try to sleep and not cash it and not cash out. So over to you, Trevor. You've got to answer this one as well. So what would you do?
Say again.
What
Answer
would
it
you?
myself.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to? Would you? Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of lost me when you said about Genie, but if you could repeat all that, please. I got a bit lost on lost story. But anyway, yeah, I think both are a bit scary to know how you're going to die, but in many ways, knowing when you're going to die is arguably worse. I don't know because it's a big countdown to the dreaded day. So in a way, that
Yeah.
brings me on to the thought of another. Um, would you rather? Would you rather live a normal lifespan, whatever that may be, 85, 90, whatever, or would you rather live forever?
No, I wouldn't want to live forever, I'll be honest with you.
That's it. That's it. That's an easy one for me,
Because if
Trevor.
you if you look at it,
Yeah.
you want to live forever, you can't be young forever. Living forever, there are so many things that comes with it.
Right.
You'll be old, you won't have the same face, you have achy knees, pains, and so many things, loss of memory, and so, except every other thing remains the same. You ever remain young, then I might consider living forever.
Yeah, I mean that's the point, isn't it? If we didn't age, if our if our species actually stays as it is, no one ages. So the real essence of the question is how do we feel about eternal consciousness? Now, to me, eternal consciousness, even in a religious sense, seems like a kind of potential hell to know that we've got to be aware and conscious forevermore into eternity. That's quite a scary thought, but that's the essence of that of the question, I think. Would we actually prefer it as it is? We get to a certain age, assuming we live a full lifespan. Are we happy that that day is going to come where we will leave this life, or would we rather stay here forever if we didn't age and get? if we didn't age and get, physically uncomfortable?
Yeah. I think I can answer this one. This is a no-brainer for me. Would I rather live forever or live a limited lifespan? I think I would rather live forever because, and it's a very
Really?
simple analogy, Trevor. At what point, right, do you say, for instance, you are in a submarine? At what point do you come out of a submarine and think, you know what, I'm tired of breathing this fresh air? At what point?
That's an interesting analogy.
Yeah. At what point do you say, at what point do you say, I am tired of actually breathing this air? I'm tired of seeing things, of going places, of being able to do the things that I want. At what point, it doesn't it's not in the human nature, Trevor.
Yeah.
It's not in the human nature to want to stop doing the things that you do, no matter how painful it is. If All right, so if you was told that you've got 6 months to live, chances are you would want to live longer than 6 months. You probably want to live another 6 years. And if you live that 6 years and somebody comes to you and says, right, okay, you were only given 6 months to live, right? This is your sixth year.
Today's the day. Yeah.
I think your time is up.
You
You
want
you
to extend it.
you naturally want to extend it. You naturally want to
Yeah.
extend it. Yeah. And just before we move on from this topic, the previous topic, because there was two parts to your question, Trevor. And the second part was, would you rather know when? Because I think what we only answered was, would you know how? And I think there's a when to it as well, don't you? Yeah, I would like to know when I'm going to die, or when I'm going to pop the clogs. And the reason is so I can live my fullest life. I can go to the bank, borrow money. I know I'm not going to
No,
pay.
no, pay back.
I
I
take
know I
your
don't,
point.
I know I don't have to pay it back. You'll be like, yeah, you have 24 months to pay. Yeah, okay, no problem. I'll be like a Mexican going, yeah, 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 no problem, senor. I
Yeah, but
don't have to,
realistically,
right.
as the day approached, it
Yeah,
would be pretty awful, wouldn't it? To know you've got a week left,
Yeah.
6 days left, 5 days, and so on.
yeah, yeah.
It's just better not. It's better not to know, surely.
Yeah, it is better not to know. Yeah, yeah, I quite agree with you. Yeah, I think I said it for the satirical
Yeah.
element of it. Yeah, but it would be better not to know. Right. So, did everyone see that woman, or does anyone have anything to talk about before I go into this what I'm about to go into? There's a woman. There's a woman in the news that's been on disability. She's
Oh, yeah.
she's yeah, she's been on disability benefit or allowance or whatever they call it, and she actually ran the marathon. I don't get that. I don't get how you can be from not being able to walk to then running for hours.
It says, sorry to come in now. It
Yeah.
says disability. Is it learning disability or is
Right, that's a very good question. Right. So I think it's a disability where you're unable to do certain things.
mobility?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I think it's mobility related.
yeah.
Um, from
Yeah.
from
Can I
the
just say she sorry to interrupt. She
Yeah,
actually has multiple sclerosis, which
Oh
of course
yeah,
is a
mobility. It's a
deteriorating
mobility one,
illness.
yeah.
But there
Yeah.
are times people are actually able to do things, and times where you